Stay fresh.
Yo, so what's going on guys, it's your boy Laser Gaming. Welcome back to another GTA 5 video. Now in today's video I'm actually going to be showing you guys a great way to grind out some insane money and RP over the next few days, and I thought it only made sense since it's the weekend. I know a bunch of you guys are going to be off work or off school to be able to grind out this method as much as you like and whenever you like. You're not capped at all doing this method. So as always, if you guys do go on to enjoy the video and you do want to see me post on more money and RP making guides in the future, do be sure to drop a like down below. Feel free to subscribe if you are new, as I do post daily GTA 5 videos. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so if you guys aren't aware, Rockstar Games were rolling out a double money and double RP promotion last week when they launched a brand new adversary mode called Power Play. And last week I did show you guys by far the best method on how to set these games up and how to play them so you guys can maximize your profit, and you guys really seem to enjoy that video. And going off the feedback, it seems like 98% of you is pretty much able to make some insane payouts during that day. Now like I said, that was last week, and if you guys aren't aware, Rockstar Games have rolled out a brand new Independence DLC just yesterday. And as I did mention in last week's video, when Rockstar usually bring out a new update or a new DLC, there's usually a playlist there which they'll include that will offer you guys a bunch of double money and double RP promotions. Now these may not seem that good initially if you just jump in it randomly. However, if you guys are able to set these up in the right way, you're able to maximize the profit that you can earn from these. You can really earn some insane cash and RP very quickly. I'm not gonna lie, the only problem I had with last week's method is that it was kind of tedious that I dragged on for a bit, but because the game mode was so fun last week, it didn't feel like you was wasting the time. This playlist literally can be done in under 15 minutes. So when you compare the payouts from this playlist compared to like contact missions, heist, or any other way of making money, this really is by far the best method to grind out over the weekend. And like I said last week, considering this is actually fun, it doesn't feel like you're grinding out money, it really will pass by quickly. And you guys also seem to really appreciate when I show all the different types of payouts you can earn, including how to earn the bonuses. A lot of people don't know how to earn bonuses from these playlists, so I will cover all of this stuff, as well as the difference in payout if you used to play with more members, because I am aware all of you guys have different amount of friends, you all have different amount of players that you can play with. And also I'm going to give you guys a few tips on how you can actually find a few players to grind at this method tonight. So if you don't have that many friends that play GTA 5 online, make sure you watch this video right until the end so you can hopefully put together a good little squad of you guys to grind out some money and some RP over the entire weekend. Okay, so the first thing you guys want to do is be in a free roam session. It could be an open session, an invite only session, it doesn't make a difference. When you guys are in a public session, you want to press start, you want to go down to playlists, you want to go down to Rockstar created playlists, and you'll see right at the top it says 2 times RP and money independence playlist. Go ahead and start this up, and like I mentioned, this is very quick. I'm able to complete this playlist in under 15 minutes, and I'm sure a load of you guys will even be able to do it quicker than that. However, once you guys arrive at the setup menu for this playlist, you'll notice that there's only 3 created jobs that you have to complete: 1 team deathmatch and 2 races. Now you'll notice that the first job you have to play is the team deathmatch, and you can actually change the type from team deathmatch to normal. Now you guys actually want to leave it as team deathmatch. The reason why you want to do that is because if your team wins, you will all receive the same amount of payout, whereas if you're putting on normal, it's going to be like a free-for-all. So because we're trying to make the most amount of money from this playlist, definitely leave it on team deathmatch. Now as you guys may notice, it says 4 to 8 players to start this playlist. Don't worry, I'm going to show you guys both the payouts, whether you have 4 players or 8 players. And I know initially a load of you guys might think like I did and think that 8 players is the best method, you're going to earn the most money with 8 players, but surprisingly this isn't actually the best case. In some cases you might earn a load more just playing with 4 players. Don't worry, I'm going to fully break it down so you guys can kind of work out what best suits you and how you want to play the game. So go ahead and set the game up how I do on screen. Just make sure you have it on 10-minute countdown, and you want a minimum of 20 kills. Now you might be better off slightly increasing this, I will explain more about this later on, but the bare minimum that you need is 20 kills while setting this up. Now once you've put 20 kills and the time limit at 10 minutes, the rest of the options you can customize to your liking. Me personally, I would suggest putting the lock weapons on forced and pickups. This will make sense when I actually show you guys the gameplay, because it gives you guys a massive advantage. As long as you're able to get the RPG, you really can't go wrong. However, once you guys have set it up how I did, you just want to spam out your invites or invite your friends into the game. Now like I said, you only need 4 players, so 3 other players including yourself, to get good money from this method. If you guys can get up to 8 players, I will also be showing you guys the difference like I said at the start of the video. But nonetheless, most of you guys I think can get 3 other players to grind out some good money, and if you really can't, use the comment section down below in this video, leave your gamer tag, your PSN, whatever console you're on, and I'm sure you guys will be able to put together a good little squad of you guys to grind at this method over the weekend. So like I did say, it is only a team deathmatch, the first of 20 kills. It goes surprisingly quick and it is in a very good location. I can remember playing this last year, so you will spawn directly opposite the enemies. However, you will spawn with a body armor right next to you, so roll instantly, always grab the body armor, and then as you can see, bang, aim up your shot. You want to shoot just a bit to the left or the right of the character. Not only is this musket extremely powerful with a one-shot kill, but it has some insane range on it. I'm not gonna lie. The only bad thing, or should I say the terrible thing about this gun, is the reloading. So if you guys are reloading, do as I do, aim down your sights and spam down roll if you do miss. However, bang, I ain't missing with this musket. The accuracy is on point today, boys. However, I did get a bit carried away with this musket because you can pick up guns, like I said, if you change it at the start menu. I did put on forced and picked up. If you want to do forced only, then everyone will be forced to use muskets, so you can go ahead and do that. However, as I did say in the intro, if you guys hate this musket and you really can't use it, then do put on pickups also, because as you can see, the enemy team, I missed him with one shot, and because the reloading is so long, he was able to spray me down with an assault rifle. So if you guys do spawn in, the best weapon that you want to run for and try and get as soon as possible is not this assault rifle, it's actually the RPG, because the great thing about this playlist is once you die, you don't lose the guns. You can spawn back in and you get like 6-7 bullets with the RPG, which is just insane. And especially if you guys are like me, I actually play on free aim, so none of these guys are able to lock onto me with their assault rifles. As you guys can see, even if they end up killing me, because the RPG is so OP, you're always able to lick off a shot quickly near their feet. And as you guys can see, I still have the RPG here ready to get those kills. So as you can see on screen right now, it's a pretty close game, only 2 kills in it, and I'm spraying this guy because there was a lot of body armor near the spawn. So as you can see, he just picks up the body armor after I hit him with a few bullets, jump out the way, draw for the RPG, see you later. Now the reason why I said at the start to put it on a 10-minute time limit is because 20 kills really shouldn't take no longer than 10 minutes. Honestly, because you spawn so close to each other and there's so many weapons spawning around you, you will notice you're going like 5-6 kill streaks within a minute. So you really do have to be bad if you can't get 20 kills within 10 minutes. Now, it's not the end of the world if you don't actually get 20 kills within 10 minutes, because a lot of people aren't aware that the increased payout for the time spent in the team deathmatch also applies to this playlist. So for example, you guys can see now, if you look in the bottom right, we've gone past 5 minutes. We're approaching 3 minutes. Now if we would have finished this before 5 minutes, we would have received around 4 to 6k less. It depends on, like I said, the amount of players and who backs out and how many kills each player gets. But you can work out very easily that you're missing out on about 4 grand, and during double money and double RP, we're talking about more like 8 grand, 10 grand. So it does add up in the long run. Like I said, you want to spend at least a minimum of 5 minutes in doing this. Now I'm going to show you guys, like I said, if you don't end up spending 5 minutes. However, before I get into all of the different payouts, you guys have got to appreciate this final kill cam. Remember I said aim a little bit in front of them, because bang, as you guys can see, he ran straight into my bullet. What a fucking shot. If you guys are going to play around with this musket, you might want to try it out in first person, because obviously you get more of a zoomed in view and you got like a more of a red dot almost to use. However, as you guys can see, by roughly only spending 6 minutes in this TDM with only 3 other players, was able to get a nice 15k as well as a mind-boggling 5,000 RP. That is another great thing about doing this method right now. It's not all about the money, because I know a lot of you guys are like me and you're trying to rank up. The RP you earn from this playlist is fucking insane. And the best thing about that wasn't the max payout we could have got from that with 4 players. Like I said, we only spent 6 minutes. So if you end up spending over 8 minutes in that TDM, you'll be getting over 20k. So you really got to think what works out best for you. If you get a little bit of an advantage, maybe try and hold off a little spot, get them to come to you. Because like I said, there's so many different ways you can take this, and it is very much determined by the time you spend in it, more so than the amount of players you get. You guys, like I said, might have thought having 8 players is much better than having 4, but as you're about to see, I play with 8 players right here. I was able to get 8 crew members online, so I do want to give a big shout out to all the crew members that did jump in my session today to help me do this video. You're all legends. Nonetheless, you'll notice that we got 4v4 now with exactly the same settings as I had when I done the 2v2, so keep that in mind when I show you guys the final payout. However, let me rewind that gameplay quickly, because I think a load of you guys might have missed that. Remember I told you guys when I showed you guys the 2v2, as soon as you spawn in, all of my team aim down their sights, and look in the bottom left, triple. I was the only guy that didn't kill someone, but that's just because I wanted to get my body armor to stay safe. Now, as I did mention, if you're going to do a 4v4 and you're doing 20 kills only, this thing will be over practically before you even know it. However, as you guys can see on screen, the first thing I went to do in this game, especially if it's a 4v4, is go and get yourself an RPG. As soon as I got this RPG, it's guaranteed easy kills. Even though he just picked me off right there, as you can see, because I hesitated, it doesn't make a difference, because I'm going to spawn in with this RPG now, and I'm going to own his entire team. I must say, the spawns work out really good as well. It's almost like Call of Duty. You don't want to walk too much into their spawn, but you just want to find like a nice little area of cover right next to their spawn, so you can almost spawn trap them. So as you guys can see, even though if they kill you with the musket or whatever, as long as you lick an RPG anywhere near their body, you'll be getting them as well. So I cannot emphasize how OP this RPG is in this game mode. I actually ended up becoming the most valuable player in this game by just purely using the RPG. I did get quite a few nice musket kills, but if you guys are clocking onto the gameplay and screen right now, these are kill streaks. I'm not walking into their spawn, I'm just staying on this little line near the road. So I think I'm on about a 4 or 5 kill streak right now, and he should have died right there with that RPG. You've got to watch out. As soon as they spawn in, you don't want to kill them. Give it a few seconds and then kill them. But at this point, I was literally on a big boy kill streak and I ran out of RPGs. If you do, run away from their spawn, and if they're using muskets, just try and run up in their face and knock them out. Or you can just do what I'm doing on screen and pick your shots precisely, because like I said, the reloading is so goddamn long. If the guy's aiming up at you, always roll like you can see me doing, because if you're very close to him and you can actually concentrate on what he's actually doing, try and time it so when he's reloading, as this guy's doing, bang, just run up on his face and knock him out. And if that wasn't enough, I turn around, take up my aim, and then watch this shot, boys. Holy fucking shit. I think I just found the best gun in the game. I'm not gonna lie, I used to talk so much shit about the musket. However, just to prove my point that I spoke about for over 5 minutes, because we actually destroyed the team so goddamn quickly, we received less money than when we done it with 4 players and we spent a bit more time in the game. So as you guys can see, we still got 5k RP. Your RP isn't affected. You do not need 8 players to get the max RP. So that's bullshit if anyone does tell you that, just to prove it to you. However, you are definitely 100% better off putting this on 40 kills. 35 minimum, because boys, I'm not lying to you when I say this team deathmatch does go so goddamn quick. So quick that you guys probably didn't even realize that we only spent around 2.5, less than 3 minutes doing this 20 kills on a 4v4. Just because as you can see, there is consistently kills going on. It's a very small and very fun map. I'm not gonna lie, I had much more fun on this than I originally thought. However, I just thought I'd rewind the gameplay so you can actually see the time in the bottom right. That is the reason why we received 10k. It does seem like a little bit, but when you actually look at the time we spent in the game, 10k every 3 minutes is fucking mind-blowing. So like I said, put it on 40 kills, just set the game up around how you play GTA 5. Obviously you can invite random players in that are low ranks, you can invite friends in, you can invite crew members, you can literally set this game up best to suit you. This is why I know you guys appreciate me taking some extra time, not only to show you the difference in the payouts and the time that you spend in the game, but also give you guys a few tips and a few pointers that can make you beast this game mode and become the MVP of the game. However, that is only the first game mode out of the way. The next 2 are only races, so they're very self-explanatory. That's why I spent most of the time talking about this first one, because you guys can increase it as much as you like by putting more kills and making it longer. So like I said, do concentrate most on the team deathmatch. Make sure you're grinding that as hard, because you will be doing the 2 races afterwards, which also offer you double money and double RP, but you can't make like more laps. They're both point-to-point races. There's nothing you can do to actually increase the payout from the races. However, I can give you guys a few tips so you can actually win them, or at least increase your chances of winning them, as well as showing you guys the payouts that you do get from these races. Now, as I mentioned, if you can't get a lobby full of 8 players, it really doesn't make a difference, guys. Don't lose any sleep or any stress over it. Once again, I'm going to compare both 4 players and 8 players quickly so you can get a better idea if it's worthwhile spending the extra time to find the extra players. Nonetheless, the first race we're going to do is called Across the Wilderness, and this is the one that's going to take place in the Liberator. Now, I actually played this playlist a few different times, and I did clock onto a thing after recording this video that I think will give you guys a major advantage, and that's the fact that you can actually change your vehicle. As you guys can see, I was just looking at the Liberator, I didn't even flick through them. However, we can choose from any off-road vehicle, so what you actually want to do is choose the Brawler. This is by far the fastest off-road car that you can do in this race, hands down, no question about it. If you don't want to take my word for it, go ahead and fucking test it for yourself. But if you guys are stuck with the Liberator like me, and the other guys are most likely going to be stuck in the Liberator, isn't the worst thing in the world, because this is very very, very off-road. It doesn't get any more off-road than this race right here. You're going up mountains, over rocks, down hills, big drops. A really fun race, I must add that. This race only takes less than 4 minutes, and once again, you're going to be earning a really nice payout, more than you would from grinding a contact mission, stressing, using your ammo, actually playing the game. So like I said, I rarely ever hit races and TDMs, so when I do, I always wait for it to be double money and double RP, and it doesn't feel like I'm actually grinding money because I enjoy playing the game. And going off the feedback from previous videos, it seems like you guys are the same as well. So as you can see, the race will start off very off-roady. Now a few tips that I'm going to give you if you're actually using the Liberator, right, is when you're making sharp turns or just normal turns, never use your brake, always use your handbrake. And if you're not familiar what button is a handbrake and what is your brake, then just press start, go to controls, and we'll show you guys, because I know a lot of guys play with different controls, so I don't want to say it's L1 or it's RB because you guys might have something different to me. So just make sure you always use your handbrake. If you're using a brake while using this Liberator, you lose out on so much goddamn speed because the acceleration kickstart time is terrible. And finally, another tip while using this monster truck in this race, if you guys end up falling off the map or falling off the cliff and you can see your car's about to turn, never try and hold down brake and prevent it. You're best off just holding down LT and RT on the Xbox. I'm not too familiar with the buttons on PlayStation, but basically whatever triggers your car to roll, so you use the roll cage, start using that as soon as you think you're about to roll, because this card is like driving a little toy car. And like I said, if you guys do want that massive speed advantage, then maybe go for the Brawler over this car. However, this car is much better for off-roading. So for these points right here, you can see on screen there is a massive jump off a hill. Sometimes the Brawler I don't think will even withstand this jump here. You have to really slow down and just almost like glide down it. Or if you're in the monster truck, you can just go full force like me and fucking hope for the best. But I would take my time with this jump because it is very easy to fuck up, and most people do, as you can see on screen. So hopefully, just like my previous videos, these tips and these pointers I'm giving you will be able to increase your chances of winning this race. But even if you fuck up really bad in these races, it's not the end of the world, because like I said, it's double money and double RP anyway, so you really can't complain. So as you can see on screen, just approaching that 4-minute mark, and all of us in this race have fucked up several times. So I'm pretty sure this race is like doable in 3 minutes. And when you see the payouts and the RP, more specifically the RP you're getting for this playlist, boys, I know a bunch of you guys have been asking me over the past few weeks what is a good RP method, and this one right here you have to make the most of if you're looking for RP, and you guys are about to see what I mean. So I do get a very nice 13.5k for such an easy race. However, bang, 6,200 RP for a 4-minute race, boys. Rockstar really have found a great balance in this playlist. I put in a really good paying TDM right at the start, then an insane RP race secondly, and then you're about to see, in case you guys aren't aware, as soon as you finish the first one, the TDM, you can actually invite more people in before the race starts. So you saw the payouts for the race with 4 players, and as you guys can see, when we actually played with 8 players, even though 1 player backed out, it still counts as 8 players taking part in the race. The payouts wasn't really different from 4 players to 8 players. So me just speaking honestly to you guys and thinking outside the box, sometimes you really got to do this when you think about how you play GTA 5. You might get slightly more for 8 players, but what are your chances of winning against 8 players compared to 4 players? You have a better chance of winning 4 players, and if it's only by about $1,000 or $2,000, you are much more better, taking less risk with a slightly less reward, but a better chance of winning. So think about it. Like I said, completely up to you. All I ever do is give you guys my personal opinions on what I prefer to do, and it's up to you what you want to do with that information. I would also apply this theory to this race that you can see on screen right now. This is the 3rd and final race, and it's basically on the new Sovereign motorbike. It's very fun, very easy, very straightforward, no sharp turns, no off-road, and in fact the only tip I'm going to give you for this 3rd and final race is set it up based around you. If you think you're a good racer at the game, then don't put no catch up or no slipstream on. That is the only way people are going to overlap you on these motorbikes. As you can see, that guy tried it with me, but if they do try it, give them a little quick 1-2 bang like that. He came back again. I completely forgot that happened, but you can send them flying off their bikes. I actually played this with 8 players, and like I said, it was fucking havoc. I ended up getting knocked off my bike about 3 or 4 times and didn't even finish top 3, which is very rare for me in races. And for you loyal subscribers, you do know that I cover the brand new time trials every single week. So when it comes down to motorbike tips or using motorcycles, I would like to think that I know a thing or two. So all those tips that I've given you throughout the months of completing those time trials, basically quickly apply them to this one. I'm not going to go over all of them now, because if you guys do watch all my videos, then that's somewhat of like a mini reward to you guys. So for you guys watching my videos, you have those advantages now of using motorbikes over your average normal GTA 5 player. But nonetheless, like I said, it's a very quick race. It literally only 4 minutes. So depending on how long it actually takes you to finish the race and how many overtakes you have, you will be earning a nice 7 to 10k for this race. But that's not even the best thing. Like I said, the races are mainly for the RP. You boys will also be getting 5,000 RP for a 4-minute bike race. Like I said, guys, it's all good earning a shit ton of money, but when you're earning a shit ton of RP at the same time, you really can't go wrong. I mean, everyone knows the biggest payouts by now in GTA 5, but they usually require a bunch of friends to be on it, concentrating. This is just sitting back, having a bunch of fun, and you're getting fully rewarded for it. And I'm not gonna lie, try and get 8 players in for this bike race before you finish it, because as you guys can see on screen, the winner will get 10,000 RP plus 21k if he comes first. Anyone that finishes in the top 4, if you do 8 players for that bike race, will be getting good money in RP nonetheless, so you can't complain. So definitely go ahead and make the most of this while you can. It will be double money and RP all the way up until midnight on the 4th of July, so you do have lots of time to grind this out, get paid, and rank up your character ASAP. As always, if this video has helped you in any way, shape or form, and you do want to see me post more money making guides in the future, do be sure to drop a like down below. Feel free to subscribe if you are new around here, as I do post a bunch of daily GTA 5 videos. Once again, thanks a lot for watching, and once again, a massive shout out to all of my crew members that helped me record today. I couldn't have done it without you guys. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you in my next video.